told I could learn a lot about the history of Atlantis in this room.
We haven't used it much because of the power requirements.
Still, I would like to see for myself how the ancients lost the first time. We'll try to avoid their mistakes.
Yes, sir. We could do that. This is the status of the Pegasus galaxy before the ancients encountered the Wraith. The blue stars represent systems either inhabited by or protected by the ancients. Then, this is how it looked after they fought for almost 100 years.
Until Atlantis was all that was left.
Yes, sir. That's when the siege began. For several more years, the Atlanteans were able to hold off their attackers, relying on the city shield and superior weaponry, including the weapon satellite system. But no matter how many Wraith ships they destroyed, more kept coming. They could win almost every battle, but they saw no way to win the war. So, they submerged the city. That's it.
The Queen creates a handful of warriors, each of which is then reproduced thousands of times over. This was a cloning facility.
That's why it was key to their victory over the ancients. We always knew they did it with greater numbers, we just never knew where they came from. I don't understand. Back when you defeated the ancients, how did you get your hands on this NPM?
The Atlanteans were powerful but careless. Believing their ships were unbeatable, they sent them deeper and deeper into Wraith-controlled territory, trying to weed us out. It took months, but eventually we were able to capture 3 of them, each one powered by a ZPM.
At which point you brought them back here.
Within weeks, our army had grown to hundreds of times its original size. From that point on, the tide of war turned in our favor, and there was nothing the Atlanteans could...
What are the Wraith?
They told me of beings called Wraiths, a vicious, formidable enemy whose power and technology rivaled their own.
Yes, actually, we've already,
The Atlanteans sent a delegation, protected by their most powerful warships, in the faint hope of negotiating a truce. One-on-one, the Atlantean ships were more powerful. The Wraith were so many. After that great battle, it was only a matter of time. I was taking heavy fire.
Cloaking shields damaged. We're returning fire, but we cannot access.
There's too many enemy ships.
And there are more coming.
Our shield is damaged.
Engage auxiliary power. Try to outrun them.
There are over 300 people on that transport.
Begin evacuation. We must leave. Now.
Where is Dr. Weir?
She's gone through the gate. She was among the first to evacuate.
Good.
Janice prepared the stasis chamber for me. Said it would be like a deep, dreamless sleep.
I'm inputting commands for the system to revive you twice at intervals of approximately 3.3 thousand years so that you can rotate the ZPMs. I'll give you instructions on how to reactivate the stasis process afterwards. I'm also entering the necessary commands to commence final revival the moment sensors indicate the presence of your expedition team. Look, I've programmed a fail-safe mechanism to protect the city.
Failsafe?
Yes. If the power drains to a critical level, the mechanism holding the city on the ocean floor will release and it will rise to the surface.
Really? And then they left. All of them, returning to Earth through the Stargate.
What's all that? My research.
You're gonna build another time shield.
Doubt I'll succeed. Think that the council will be watching my every move.
I'm sure you will find a way.
I blocked all addresses to the gate, except Earth. You will be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the hope that Atlantis will survive another 10,000 years after you discover it again. I'm ready.
And then I was alone.
Well, from what I've been able to decipher, it's pretty clear. The script on these walls is a historical log compiled by an ancient who traveled through time to study the evolution of life on this world.
Daniel, we know the ancients experimented with time travel, but we have no evidence that they actually mastered it.
Yeah, well, we do now. You see, to the best of my knowledge, these writings are only a couple hundred years old. Which means they were carved after the Gould had already left.
But the ancients predate the Gould.
Right, so the only logical explanation is that an ancient traveled to the future and then back to a time not too long ago.
I don't know, Daniel.
There are references to the time travel device itself. Now, it's described as being inside a small ship. Now, if I'm right, it may still be here. I think it's worth a look.
All right, we're on our way.
Knowing when the Gould will get here.
It could be days.
And it could be hours.
Bruno Carter. Dale Jackson. I have found something.
Certainly looks like a ship.
These appear to be flight controls.
So what's this?
Could be the time device.
It bears little resemblance to ancient designs we have previously encountered.
Well, judging from Mayborn's wall, it must have worked at some point.